Linear regression. Here are the 4 steps to linear regression. The first step is to create a scattergram of the data. The next step is to find an equation for our model. The next step is to verify that the graph of the model comes close to the points in the scattergram. And lastly, we'll use the equation to draw conclusions and make predictions. Here we're given a number of violent crimes in South Carolina from the year 1960 to the year 2000 in 5-year intervals, and this is actual data taken from the disaster center. And we're posed a question: what is the expected number of violent crimes in the year 2010? In order to answer this question, we must first enter the data into the calculator. Here we're going to use the X's as list 1 and the Y's as list 2. So to put the data into the calculator, we're simply going to enter our stat. And under stat, we want edit, so I'm simply going to hit enter. And if you already have items in your list, to simply clear them out, you go to the top of the list, you will hit clear and enter. Top of the list, clear and enter. So now I'm just going to take a second and enter the data. I'm not actually going to enter in 1960. I'm going to scale this back to 0. Now we will create the scattergram. In order to do this, we must turn on our stat plot. Notice the stat plot is located above the y equal and it's yellow. So I want to hit second stat plot. Notice that all of our stat plots are off. I want to concentrate on plot number 1, so I want to hit enter. Notice that plot 1 is off. So to turn on our scatter plot, I'm going to simply hit enter. And now our scatter plot 1 is on. To create the scatter plot from this point, we simply press zoom. We scroll down to zoom stat and enter. Next, we'll find the equation. To find the equation, we must return to the home screen. To get the equation fit from our calculator, we'll go back into the stat. We will scroll over to calculate. We want linear regression. And I'm going to hit enter. And I'm going to hit enter once again. So our regression equation is 900.5x plus 1269. And here you can see I've rounded the numbers just a bit. To overlay the equation on the scattergram, we have to enter the equation into the grapher. So now we'll go to y equals. And next we need to put the newfound equation into the grapher. So we'll use the following steps. Variable. I'll scroll down to statistics. I'll scroll over to equation. Regression equation. And notice it pops the equation into the y equals. And now to overlay the line and the scattergram, we simply graph. And notice that the points are somewhat tight about the line. Now let's make a prediction. What is the expected number of crimes in the year 2010? Now let's make a prediction. What is the expected number of violent crimes in the year 2010? In order to determine this, we'll go back to our home screen. Let's make a prediction. What is the expected number of violent crimes in the year 2010? In order to pull this figure from the calculator, from this point, we'll simply press variable. We will scroll over to Y variable, and we want the function. So we'll press enter. The function we want is Y sub 1. So we'll hit enter again. So notice that the amount of time from 1960 to the year 2010 is 50. So I want to find Y sub 1 of 50. So the expected number of violent crimes in the year 2010 for the state of South Carolina is roughly 46,294.